my, they sure have a lot of mail piled up. Is anyone home?
Yes, we're in here. My husband and I, but cannot open the front door. That is one of the reasons why we called you. Alfred the builder just finished building our wonderful new home, but apparently he forgot a thing or two to make the home functional. He has moved to work on another house in another town, and so we cannot recall his services to fix what he has failed to make right. Hopefully, you can help us.
I have helped many such people before and should be able to do so again. I figure, unless my handy person magic has run out, you can never count on everything to continue to work in wondrous ways, but you can at least always try.
Thank you. But how do you normally fix doors such as ours?
Well, it depends on the particular problem with the door, but as I see it now, I think I have a solution. It just so happens that in my bag I have some goo. In fact, it is a small gob of goo that we will simply call a gob.
A glob, you say?
No, not a glob, a gob. It is a gob of goo. One might call it a glob, but in our case, let's just call it a gob, okay?
Okay. What then? Does it fix the door and make it open?
No. Unfortunately, a gob cannot open a door that has neither handle nor mechanism for unlatching it from its frame.
Well, guess we're out of luck then.
On the contrary, on occasion that one of you can come up with a word that rhymes with gob, for it will turn my magic tool belt goo, acting as a gob, into something that will do the trick. Rhyming is when the initial sound, in this case the g, before the ob gets changed.
Oh, great! Like the O sound in like or library. Let's try that.
Okay, that makes lob. Now, the gob just got gently tossed onto the door, but that didn't open the door. It's still a gob of goo, just one that got lobbed. Try something else.
Oh, what about knee? Can we do anything with knee? I always like the way that K and then N can make the N sound.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like in neck and knife. It's a cool thing, that KN combo. But remember, it has to end with the OB sound, ob, just like in gob, or else it won't rhyme and the magic won't work.
Well, if we take the N sound of KN in knee and add it to ob, wouldn't we get knob?
We would indeed, madam, and you have just transformed the gob into knob, which is now on the door that your carpenter forgot to install. Do you see it on your side?
I do see it. I'm going to give it a turn and see if it works. It worked! We can now leave our house and then come back and go right inside anytime we need to. Thank you. Won't you come inside and have a look at some of our other problems?
Of course. Oh, I'm sorry about the mud. It's been raining lately and I seem to have tracked in a bit of a mess.
Rain happens, my friend. Mud is to be expected, and that is right where our troubles continue. No one can blame the carpenter for missing housewares, but because we have been trapped inside, we have not had the means to go to the hardware store for something to wipe our feet on after entering. Maybe you can help us with that.
That is exactly what I will do. See this goo? Let's not call it this, but let's call it that. If we look at it and point, we can certainly say, look at that. You could even remark that that isn't going to be sufficient for wiping your feet on, correct?
I see that and have an idea where you are going, handy person. I'm guessing if we take that and make it rhyme by changing the sound with something else, like maybe as in heavy or hoarse or heave, we can turn it into something we can wipe our feet on.
You get the idea, but adding to at, the ending of the word that makes a hat. I will now put put said hat on my head because I do love a good hat, and this indeed is a good hat. But if we wipe our feet on it, it will be ruined in no time. We need something better to wipe our feet on.
Okay. Maybe we can use the ch sound as in chair, chunky, chime, and change. Those are great sounds.
Let's try. Always worth a try, I say. Ch-at. That makes chat, perhaps as in chit-chat. Chat is something you do when talking about things that are not necessarily important, right?
Right. I don't think that's going to work, but I do hope the weather is going to improve because Bertram and I want to go on a long walk this afternoon. After being trapped inside, our legs are in need of a good stretching. Do you like long walks?
I do. I actually walked here and very much hope not to get as wet on my trip to the next household in need of my services. I'm thinking of getting a dog to come with me because the companionship would be nice. Do you see what's happened?
We're talking about things?
Yes, the hat is gone and we're having a chat. That is nice, but it's not going to keep your house from getting muddy, unless you plan to chat with visitors on your doorstep only. If you want to invite folks in for some soup, or perhaps you're going to have to do better. Now think, what would go with at to create something people can wipe their feet on?
I like the sound of that. Makes me think of eating something yummy. Maybe that will work.
Okay, what do we get when we use the sound and stick it to the at ending?
At. Mat. We get a mat. Oh, how wonderful. Now we have a mat to wipe our feet on. You are so good at this.
You came up with the sound. I just supplied the goo.
The magic goo.
Yes, the magic does help. Is there anything else you need fixing?
Well, it's not that big of a deal, but since you're here, there is one last thing about the doorway that would be nice to add. We have been woken up very early by the mail delivery person every morning. Of course, we scramble to get up and have talked to her through the door, but obviously there has been no way for her to get the mail to us since we were stuck inside. But I'm thinking that even now, with a functioning door and a wonderful mat for her to wipe her feet on inside, the hours of her delivery are not to our comfort, as we stay up late and like to sleep in past 10. So we were thinking that some method for her to get the mail inside, like a secret passage or portal, would be great. Is that something you can do?
Well, let's see. If I take just a very small amount of magic goo, I'm running a bit low, have to plan to get more, meaning treacherous travel into the mountains to meet the magic goo maker, who is always eager to trade for candy. And if I roll it into a tiny ball, then squish it into a two-dimensional round thing, we can call it a dot, can we not? And if I put it on the door down low, we can say, look, that is a dot on the door.
Ah, indeed we can. I can see clearly the dot on the door. And let me guess, dot starts with the d sound and ends with ot. So if we come up with another beginning sound, like pl in plan, or plane, or place, or placard, we can attach it to the ot sound. Let's try.
You have the idea, madam. That makes plot. In the story of a book or a movie, a plot is not going to get the mail inside your house, I don't believe.
But a plot could also be like a map, right?
Yes, I believe so. But a plot of that nature isn't going to help either. We need a different sound, I imagine. Try something else.
Okay, since we like sleep so much, let's try the sl sound at the beginning of sleep, like the beginning of slumber, which is another word for sleep.
Oh yes, also like in slosh and slip and slide and slither.
Yeah, but I don't like those things anywhere near as much as I like sleeping.
Well, you have your preferences. Let's see if we can make this work. Sl added to ot makes slot. Hey, what do you know? You now have a mail slot. The mail carrier can quietly slip the mail in the slot and it will land on the floor that is not muddy because of the plush mat that people will wipe their feet on. I believe your doorway problems are a thing of the past, madam, resident of this home.
Thank you, handy person. We can pay you now, or you may bill us.
If you could make me a sandwich, that would do. I'm quite hungry after that long walk.
That would be no problem. Turkey or tuna?